Well, good morning, everyone. It's Jay Michael here in downtown Tyler, Texas, on a beautiful June. What is it? June 9th on a Monday for Mentor Monday. We have a very, very special one today. A couple quick things, highlights. You know, Dave is in India. He arrived, I think, Saturday, and I believe he starts his big meetings. He's on a whirlwind tour of the country of India. I think he's in 10 or 12 cities over the next 10 or 12 days. So we have a lot of growth coming up in India. Dave's excited. He hasn't been to India in a while, so that's happening. That's why he's not here today, but we have a very, very special guest that Claudia will introduce in just a minute. A couple quick things. We'll announce some of the other meetings at the end of the meeting. One of the main things this week, though, that's happening is Wednesday with the diamond training for affiliates, builders elites. That's on Wednesday night, and that is a corporate event. Maybe Jade can mention quickly about that as well. But anyway, that's on Wednesday night. If you haven't registered for that, you do need to register. You'll get a quick email that you are registered. That's really the only announcement I have for today. But welcome to Mentor Monday. Claudia, take it away. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, J. Michael. It is good to see you. And as always, Mondays is our best day. I love that we have Canada here. We got Costa Rica. We got Colombia. We got Africa. Kenya is in the house. We got Canada, obviously, Mati and myself. And we have some in the States. We have Arizona. Maria, I'm not sure what state Maria's on. And I always forget the states, but we got Florida, New Mexico. Josie's from New Mexico. So if I haven't named your state, can you please put it in the chat? I'm so excited to have you all here on this Mentor Monday. So like Michael said, what an exciting day. Our US sales team, Jade Rydan, this is the powerhouse of For Life. If you have not seen her social media trainings, make sure that you are in the US sales team, which we will post on our chat. But today we are blessed to have her here. She's going to give us some updated, refresh, and always up to date training on social media. So let's get going. I'm excited. Jade, we are so happy to have you here. And yeah, I'm going to spotlight you and take it away, my girl.
Thank you. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be on this call with you today. I saw some of the states on here. I actually live in New Mexico right now, so shout out to New Mexico, but I'm from Oklahoma. So I saw somebody from Oklahoma on there. So love that. So yeah, I'm in Albuquerque and I get to work from home. So that's awesome. But yeah, so excited to be with you all today. Also did want to mention the Go Diamond training that we have for Wednesday. So that will be in English and in Spanish. So English will be Nathan and I at 6 p.m. And if you need that Zoom link to get registered for that, we have a post on our US sales team page. So you can go on there and register that way. And if you have any questions, of course, you can let me know and I'll help guide you on that. Okay, now let me see if I can share my screen. Looks like that screen's not coming up. So let me get out of everything else. Okay, here we go. All right. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I love that you guys do this on Mondays. That's awesome. Start off the week with a bang. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen.
Yes, we sure can.
Okay, perfect. All right. So today I just wanted to talk about some social media strategy. I always like to start with the 10-4-1. And I don't know where everyone is on their social media journey. So I kind of just do a more overview, more for like people that maybe haven't had a lot of experience in posting yet. So this is just kind of a great place to start. It gets you going. It's a good strategy to get you going because I feel like when it comes to social media, sometimes we get caught up in all of the different things, right? It's constantly changing. There's so many different aspects to it, but I always like to encourage people to keep it simple because when you keep it simple, you can keep it consistent. And that is the most important part of showing up on social media is keeping it consistent. So with a strategy like the 10-4-1, you've got a simple content strategy. It's going to help you build trust with your following. It's going to add value, and it's going to help you make some meaningful offers. Okay. So let's break down what it is. So 10 is your 10 pieces of value-based or entertaining content. So this is going to be like your hobbies, your family. You can pick, but in your lifestyle, what type of posts you want to do. You can also make it tips about, it all depends on like what your niche is and what you're interested in. So you have a lot to pull from for those 10 pieces of value-based or entertaining content. And then you've got your 4 pieces of community or engagement-focused content, or what I like to call attraction marketing content, which we'll talk more about what that means and give some examples. And then one direct offer or promotional post, or I also like to call it a power post. Okay, so we'll talk more about each one of these. Okay, so why use this 10-4-1? So it keeps your audience engaged without feeling sold to, okay? Because we don't want to be salesy. We want to, have that attraction marketing. It builds trust. It helps you show up consistently, and it gives you that purpose. And that's really the point behind having a strategy. And then it works across all content formats. So if that means stories, reels, carousel posts, lives. That works on TikTok. It works on Instagram, Facebook, all the different platforms. All right, so content breakdown. So what goes where? So again, this is for maybe people that are not as familiar with posting and where things go. Okay, so your stories. So for example, you could do daily behind the scenes. So little clips here and there of your day. So maybe you're showing, working from home and a day in the life of working from home. You could do polls, questions, mini tutorials. I love the polls and the questions because those help build engagement on your content. So for example, on Instagram and on Facebook as well, you can do a story, and there's a way to use a story to create a poll. So maybe you ask people a question, and it could be a silly question, and it just gets people engaging with your content. And if you don't know where to find the polls and the questions, please also let me know. At the end, I could show you on my phone as well, just so that you kind of have an understanding of where it's at. Another thing I think is great for stories are wins. So this could be for yourself, for your team. I think it's awesome to shout out team members that are, doing a great job, or maybe somebody who won a great escape trip, or maybe you yourself have won a great escape trip and you want to talk about that win. It's a great place to do that on stories. Talk to the camera moments, build connection with people. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it is a great way to connect with your audience. Okay, now reels. Reels are great for entertaining content, educational, those emotional hooks, trending sounds. So you want to be looking for those trending sounds on reels and saving those so that you can maybe utilize that for your own content. You could do quick tips, outfit inspo, how-tos, all depends on what your niche is, what your interests are, what you can talk about on, your page. It's also best for reach and visibility. Reels right now really are the best content source for growing your Instagram or growing your Facebook. It is a really great way to connect with people. It's relatable. People love Reels content because it helps when you see someone, whether they're moving or talking or whatever it is, it's more relatable. And then you've got your carousel posts. So for a carousel post, you could make this a savable type content. So you could use something like Canva, which is a really great tool to create graphics that you could share. So these graphics could be tips, they could be before and after, and testimonials. Great for delivering value in that easy to digest way. Or another thing that's not on here is you can do photos. So one of my favorite ways to use carousels that is easy and that we all have in our arsenal are photos. Like we take photos all the time on our phones, right? So creating a carousel of photos and maybe just saying, this is for the month of June. These are just photos that I took and, loving life, that type of thing. And then you can just post that. It's an easy way to get content out there.
Jade,
Claudia.
yes,
Yes.
thank you. So I have a question, but I also want to let you know that we're still on your first slide and that you're not on
Oh,
present mode. Okay, so I want to stop you
oh,
there
okay.
because I know
Okay.
you're probably on slide number 4, but I don't know. So
Yes.
just in case, we're still
Okay.
on your first slide.
I
And
definitely,
second, I think um, as important as our social media strategy is, I do know a lot of the people are using it in our group.
uh-huh.
Um, and when I say our group, I speak, I think of on behalf of everybody here, which is the, English speaking group. We're different teams. I think you know that. We're under Dave Daughtry, but there's a lot of different teams here, different countries.
Sure.
So I want to know a little bit how we are focusing right now in this conversation on what it works in North America,
Uh-huh.
or because again, we have people here from Colombia, we have people. So you think that these strategies are strategies that people use worldwide? So the
Yeah.
carousels, the reels, and everything, they're just a worldwide thing, right?
Correct.
Because
Yes.
us in Canada and North America, Canada and US, we want to expand to the world, right? We want to go to
Right.
like India, where Dave is right now.
Sure.
Dave is traveling to Brazil, so we want to take advantage of posting some of those things. But also, people like Ana Rocio, she would want to start working people in the US. And so that
Right.
was my first question, which is everything that you're showing us kind of working for the world?
Hmm.
Um, that was
Yeah.
kind of like where I was going.
Yes,
Yes.
I believe so. Social media is universal, right? And so I think all of these things work together for anybody. Yeah. Is there something specific that you're wanting me to?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. So
Okay.
no, it was that. It was like, and you probably are not like, you are our US sales director, right? So manager. So I don't know. And again, I'm kind of bringing it up because I really do want people to at the end maybe talk and ask questions. And even if Jay doesn't know them, maybe a
Yeah.
suggestion. So I'm going, let me put Ana Rocio again as an example.
Yeah.
Ana Rocio, if at the end you actually want to add or piggyback on anything that Jade has said that would be valuable for everybody, anybody can actually start writing on the chat and say, oh yeah, carousels actually work really well in Colombia. Or you know what? I have
Hmm.
no idea what, or, and again, if you also don't know what Jade is talking about, please, make sure you write it on the chat. I know what carousels are, but there may be one or two of you that may not, because I didn't
Absolutely.
know until not too long ago. And if
Yeah.
you don't know it, please make sure that you're writing it on the chat, said, I have no idea what carousels are. Because that way, next time we bring Jade or in our smaller trainings, we can show you what carousels are, or what even reels. Like people will go like, what is a
Yeah.
reel? So don't
Yes.
feel that you don't be overwhelmed by the words or the pace that Jade is going. She's just kind of touching on several things that are super important. If you feel that you don't know what she's talking about,
Right.
never ever go away home not asking us, because that's what
Yes.
we're, yep. And we
Absolutely.
got our first one, and that's what I thought. So Jade, I don't
Yeah.
know if you want to end, like, sorry, finish the whole presentation and then we
Yeah.
go into the questions,
Yeah.
or we
Let's do
can
that.
because we got now two.
Okay.
What, no,
Great.
one says I don't know what carousels are, and another one says I don't know how to make it. So you may want
Okay.
to address that at the end. And again, I just wanted to kind of stop Jay, just from, because I know as a presenter you want to go teach
Right.
everything, and then people are like, I'm afraid or I'm nervous to ask what she's talking about,
No,
especially
please.
when we have like a big person from corporate.
Yes.
So make sure that, thank you Casey, thank you Krista, I want even more interaction on that chat
Yes.
from social media is the way to go. Social media is literally for me, the 80-20, like, we're gonna have to recruit worldwide through social media. You cannot keep going through your neighbor's door and your, small fair like I did this weekend affair. So, hey, and I'm the first one, but it just takes a long time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of money. It takes a whole day. And then you're exhausted when, a lot of the times you could be using those hours. And I'm not saying not do it. I will continue doing fairs, but we have to hit hard on this social media strategy. So make sure that you are understanding. So Jade, actually, Tammy's saying, can you go back and start with the first slide? So Jade, even if we only do the half of your training today, let's go back. They want to go back to review the first slides
Yeah,
that we
I'm
didn't
sorry
see.
you guys couldn't see
No.
it.
We're your hosts. It's not your fault. We're the ones that have to take care of you. So don't be
Thank you.
sorry. Michael and I are back here. So let's
Also,
start over.
okay, yeah.
And that way people can start kind of chewing it up again. You know how kind of like you have to, like the cows, Casey, right? We regurgitate better.
Totally. No, I
we
understand.
digest better when we're doing it again. So
You guys
let's
can
just work
see,
again on it.
you guys can see now.
Yes.
Okay,
What?
perfect.
10-4-1. Go ahead.
Perfect. Okay, I think it's because when I go in presenter mode, I don't know why it does that, but okay, perfect. Also, I do want to mention I do one-on-one trainings as well. And if there are those of you that are like, this is just right over my head and you want to do more of a one-on-one where I can actually help you walk through, how to create a bio and for your social media and even some of the first steps. I'm happy to do that. So, I can give out my email at the end of this, but just wanted to make that known because I'm always happy to help anybody that wants that. Okay, so 10-4-1. So the 10-4-1 rule, simple content strategy, helps build that trust, add value, and make those meaningful offers. And so the way I like to look at it is you've got 10 value-based entertaining content, which is like your niche content. What is a niche? A niche is your hobbies, your lifestyle, your family, anything that you want to talk about that's in your everyday life. It's not a part of for life necessarily. It's more what you're interested in and what you can talk about that maybe you're good at. Maybe you are really good at yoga and you want to talk and you want that to be part of your content. Or maybe you're interested in, you love to read and you can make that part of your content. It's just 10 pieces of content within these 15 posts. You can spread them out. You've got the 4 pieces of community or engagement focused content, and that is what I like to call attraction marketing posts, which we'll talk more about. And then you've got your 1 direct offer promotional post. I like to call it a power post because you're going to use a strong call to action. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So why would you want to use this strategy? 1, it helps keep your audience engaged without feeling like they're being sold to, because we don't want to be salesy, right? We want to interact with people. We want to engage. We want to create relationships. We want to build trust. And so when people get to know you, that's when you build trust. When it's that know, like, trust factor. It helps you show up consistently. That's why I like having a strategy like this, is because especially if you're just starting out, it's going to help you stay consistent. If you're like, okay, if you get your calendar out and you go, okay, I've got 15 posts to work with. And this is just if you want to use 15, you can do more than 15 if you want to. But if you want to just work with the 15 and you get your calendar out, you can say, okay, this day I want to do this post. This day I want to do that post. And you can kind of work out your strategy that way. Okay, so this works across all content formats, whether you want to use stories, reels, carousels, lives. If you want to be on TikTok, if you want to be on Instagram, if you want to be on Facebook, I suggest choosing one platform to get really good at. So if you are already very familiar with Facebook, stick to Facebook for, however long you need to get, the strategy down and get comfortable with it. Okay, so content breakdown again, just quickly overviewing what goes where. So stories, for me, stories are just your daily life. And I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing what people are doing. And I think we all like that. We go on stories to see like what is someone eating? Like what is this person, what's their coffee? Like, like we want to know what people are doing. And, I think it's fun. So again, daily behind the scenes. So maybe you're showing your morning coffee, maybe you're showing um, what it looks like to work from home, those types of things. Polls, questions. And if you don't know, again, I mentioned this at the end, I can show you where to find polls and questions. I'm familiar with it on Instagram. So on stories, I can show you where it's located at. But these are great for engagement, having people engage with your stories. Really, what this does is it helps you build a relationship with your followers. So if you create a poll, and maybe the poll is something silly, I don't even know, like, do you do coffee before breakfast or after breakfast? And have people vote. And then maybe you talk about the benefit of having it after breakfast or something like that. Something that you've seen that works for you. And then questions you could do, the question box and ask me anything, or, you know, I've been using this amazing product that has been a game changer for me, ask me about it or something, these are just ideas. But again, sharing your quick wins, your daily habits. You can talk to the camera if you want to. That does help build connection with people when they see you talking, but you don't necessarily have to do that to build your following. You can also just, do regular stories as well. But I put that on there because I do think that that helps build connection with people sometimes. Okay, now content breakdown of where reels go. So entertaining, educational type of content. So you could find a trending audio and use that as a fun, entertaining type reel. I always suggest going through reels, just watching other people's reels, and save a reel that inspires you, or save a sound that you're like, okay, I want to come back to this sound. And again, if you don't know how to save a reel or a sound, at the end, I can also show you how to do that. It's so easy and really awesome to have it in your Instagram or your Facebook so that you are able to go back to it and utilize that sound. Reels are great for tips. They're great for um, just getting your best reach and visibility. Reels are going to help push out your profile and your content better than any other content. If you're not doing reels, you're probably not going to get the visibility that you want. And that's what's so awesome about reels is it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be perfect. People love seeing imperfection because it's relatable. So don't worry about your content being perfect. I just say post it, right? Because you never know who's going to see it. It could be anyone from around the world. That's what's amazing about Reels is it reaches everyone. Okay, so carousels. And again, I'll show you what a carousel is at the end. And I think Canva is a really great tool to use to create carousel posts. Or again, just use photos. If you're just starting out and you're like, okay, I don't have any idea how to do a carousel post, I would suggest just using photos at the beginning and getting used to posting, photos in succession. And I think it's just a great way to connect with people too. People love looking through your photos of your month or of your week. You could do a weekly photo dump and add photos from your week. And it's just fun and it's an engaging thing. It doesn't necessarily always have to be savable. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Okay, so your 10 value/entertainment posts, your niche posts. So here's a few examples. How to reels. So maybe you could do 3 ways to support your immune system, or myth busting carousels. So a myth busting carousel would look like, okay, maybe there are some myths that are around gut health, and you want to do individual graphics that show the myth, and then maybe you have this is the myth and then this is the truth. and you could create that on Canva. And again, I could do a whole training on how to use Canva as well, because it is a great tool. So I'm happy to do that as well. You could do wellness tips, recipes. You could do behind the scenes again in stories, before and afters, anything funny, relatable. This is your main posting right here, is just your life and your lifestyle, what you're interested in, all of those things. So it's the goal here is to give them a reason to keep watching, reading, or tapping through your content. So tapping through your stories. Okay, so now the 4, which is what I like to call your attraction marketing posts. It's to create community and connection. So some examples is this or that story polls. So you could have a this or that, and that's just like having people choose. And then questions, having the question box, personal stories. So maybe you want to talk about a win or even a struggle. This is going to help connect people. Sharing about For Life products in an attraction marketing way, which I'm going to talk more about. And the goal for this is just to get people talking, relating, and connecting with you. So it's all about that connection. Okay, so example of attraction marketing. Okay, so here's an idea. You are holding your favorite For Life product with your morning coffee. Maybe you're wearing cozy clothes, you're in the kitchen, and maybe you take a video of you taking your morning capsules. You're not showing what you're exactly taking. You could have the bottle there or bottles or whatever you want to have. Maybe you have them laying out, on your counter, and you're just talking about how this is your morning routine, or, this is what I do first thing in the morning. And it's just a way to connect with people, and they see that you're taking a product. Maybe you talk about how it's been a game changer in your life, or you could talk about different things like that, but without showing the actual product name. So this is going to really make people reach out to you. They're going to want to message you or comment and be like, hey, what is that product? Or what are all these products that you're taking? Or, you know what I mean? It just piques people's interest, right? So always think of ideas that are going to get somebody curious. So it's that curiosity that you're building with these types of posts. Filming a quick morning routine. So this, if you're doing a morning routine, this could be so simple as a reel. You could literally just show yourself in the kitchen, taking your capsules, maybe show yourself maybe you have a morning smoothie or a morning drink. You could show making that. Or maybe you like to read in the morning. So show small 2-second clips of each thing and then put it together. And that would be your reel. Okay, so the offer post, so your one power post, would be something that has a strong call to action. So that's your goal, is to have a clear call to action. It's low pressure, but benefit focused. So you're promoting a product or the opportunity. And so this post is straightforward. So it's like with attraction marketing, you're getting people curious, and you're like building that connection. But then your power post is a lot more straightforward. So my favorite power posts are Great Escape posts, because the Great Escape to me is such an amazing way of showing a benefit that you get from For Life. And so you're showing what is possible for people. You can earn this amazing all expense paid trip through For Life. Anybody else want to do that, Or you could even talk about how your team is going after a Great Escape trip, how you're all trying to earn it together. And that's great content. Even on stories, maybe you're tagging your team and you're like, okay, I've got 3 people on my team that are going after this Great Escape trip. Who else wants to join? That's a call to action. That's, connecting with people and having them DM you. And it's leaving it up to them instead of you reaching out to someone. It's the content is building. So you're doing your niche post, you're doing your attraction marketing post, you're building that connection. And then when you have that power post, someone, could be seeing all these posts and then go, oh, yeah, this person's been talking about these products and all this. Like, I want to know more about what this opportunity is. And so that's when you are going to get the DMs, or you're going to get the interaction there. Okay, so how do we space out the posts? Okay. So I always encourage people, whether you're just starting or maybe you just have trouble with consistency, 3 posts per week is a perfect way to start. You don't have to post every single day to grow your social media. You can, and it's helpful, but you have to do whatever is going to keep you going consistently. So that's why I always encourage people, start out with 3 posts per week and always do at least 1 to 3 stories per day. Stories, again, are there's no pressure on stories. Like, you're not curating this content like you would a post, right? You're not setting up for a photo as much. Stories are just real. And I mean, all of your posts are real, but stories are just a look into your life every single day, whether it's, messy or fun or whatever it is. It's very low maintenance type content. So I always suggest doing 3 posts on your feed and then the 1 to 3 posts per day. And here's an example of what you could do. So Monday, you could say, okay, Monday, I'm going to do a niche value post. So that would be like, maybe you want to show your family, or maybe you want to show a photo of you doing yoga or doing something that you're interested in, or maybe a reel of a trending audio that you think is funny. And so you just want to share that and it's entertaining. Wednesday, you've got your power post. Maybe you're sharing that you are going after the Great Escape trip. You want to earn that Great Escape trip. Or maybe you just want to talk about your why and why you started with For Life. And that's a great opportunity to use that as a power post. And then Friday, you could do an attraction marketing post, or maybe you show your hand with all of your capsules for the morning, and that's your attraction marketing post. Okay, so when we're talking about social media content, you don't have to do it alone. ChatGPT, and I'm sure most of you already use it because I feel like it is very popular now. It's my favorite thing to use to help me stay consistent, because you don't have to do it all on your own. You can put in a prompt in ChatGPT and it's going to help you create, a caption, even an email, a presentation like this. It's going to help so much and it's going to save you time. Okay, so I want to talk, let's see here. We'll get back to ChatGPT in just a second. I do want to talk a little bit more about Reels content here. Okay, so video content that converts. So I use ChatGPT to talk about this. And so I think that is a good plug for using it. So showing up on Reels, even if it isn't perfect. So your content may not be exactly, what you think someone else needs to see, but you have no idea what someone might see on your page and they might relate to, or they might connect to. People don't buy products, they buy people. And I think that is such an important quote. I use this quote all the time because it is just so true. When people see you and your personality coming through on Reels, that is when they feel like they can connect and relate to you. So that's why Reels are so important. Okay, so a few ideas that I think are great videos that help convert. So help get you someone to comment, someone getting interested in maybe the products, or getting interested in the opportunity. So maybe you show your product in action. So making a morning shake or coffee with transfer factor collagen or energy go sticks. How I use my For Life products daily. We already talked about, like a morning routine. You could do afternoon, you could do night routine, so many different ways to utilize that. And then 3 reasons why I think are really great Reels style. So 3 reasons I take transfer factor every day. So then you would list out your 3 reasons on the video. And the video could just be you taking your transfer factor and that's it. And then you're just putting the text on the reel. And then 3 reasons I said yes to this business. So then you're talking about the opportunity. And this is going to get somebody maybe interested in network marketing. So maybe you're going to be talking about your why you said yes to network marketing. And it's a great opportunity to connect with people that way. Behind the scenes, so you could do a whole reel that's a day in the life, and it's just quick, like I said, 2-second little clips throughout the day, and then putting that together. You could talk about your Zoom team call energy and how, we just had an amazing training or we had a fun interaction on our Zoom call. What working from home actually looks like. So this one would be maybe more funny or entertaining. Okay, now back to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is going to help you brainstorm new ideas. It's literally endless on what you can utilize ChatGPT for. It can help you with emails, follow-ups, if you have customer questions, helping with captions, even helping you with reel ideas. So if you're like, okay, I need more reels ideas today because I'm just out of creativity. You could literally go on ChatGPT and ask it for some ideas and it'll give them to you as long as you have a prompt, okay? Now, creating the right prompt really is just about giving it as much information as you can. So, for instance, I need a caption for Facebook that is about tips on boosting the immune system. I also need this to include for life transfer factor and it needs to be compliant. So, ChatGPT is going to give me the perfect caption and it's going to have tips on boosting the immune system. It's going to include for life transfer factor and it will be compliant. That is the awesome thing about using ChatGPT is it's the internet, right? Essentially, and it knows that it has to be compliant about products. So typically it's going to be compliant. And if you see something that's not compliant, you can always ask it to make a tweak. But for the most part, from what I have seen and what I have experienced, it is compliant. Another prompt. So I don't know if you guys want to take a screenshot just of these prompts. I think these are really great ones to use. I need to help with an about me caption that is fun and engaging. Here are the 5 things I want to include about me. My love of reading. I have 2 kids. Summer is my favorite season. I love daily walks and I collect antiques. Of course, create what is true about you. This is just an example of what you could do because you want to, again, engage with people, and ChatGPT is going to come up with a really engaging way to talk about your about me. Okay, couple more prompts. I need an Instagram reel idea that talks about the for life opportunity that is engaging. I want it to have a good hook to get people interested in joining my team. So ChatGPT will typically give you a couple of options as well. You can even ask it after your prompt and after it gives you an option, it may give you 2 or 3. You could say, okay, I want maybe 3 more options that include this. And maybe you want it to include something really specific. Maybe you want it to be about the Great Escape. Maybe you want it to be about an event that you're about to attend or convention. You can have it tweak it for you. And then another prompt. I'm needing some story ideas for the week that help me get more engagement. I want the stories to focus on gut health and the immune system connection. So then again, ChatGPT is going to give you those story ideas and you're going to be able to create the content with the ideas. Okay, now to end, and then we can answer questions. I always like to give a challenge to people. Okay, so a really great way to start when you know, don't know what to post is do an about me post. And you could even do this every 6 months because, or even every 3 months. It's a way to have people get to know you because you're going to have new followers. You're going to have new people all the time that are going to be, you know, joining your page. And so this is a great way to introduce yourself, have some fun facts. You can change it up each time you do it. You could do a reel version, or you could do a photo of yourself and write out a caption with some fun facts. Again, utilize ChatGPT to help you. And then share your story. So this is another great post. Either create a reel or share a photo and talk about why, whether your why is the products, the opportunity, maybe it's both. Maybe you want to talk about one or the other, and maybe you could use, you know, the product why for the first one, maybe use opportunity later. But it's just a great opportunity, again, for people to engage with you and to get to know you because that's where the connection happens. So that's my challenge for you all. Now I'm excited to see questions that we have.
All right. Okay, Michael, let me open those mics. Michael,
Mhm.
your thoughts while I do that?
Okay, Jade, thank you so much. By the way, guys, I just make sure you're following the U.S. sales team Facebook page, no matter what country you're in. And particularly if you want to start building the United States. I just looked on their page and I can't, Jade, and I can remember this was prompted me to do this, Jade. I remember you doing a training on Reels on Instagram, and I actually found it. You've got 16 videos on social media training
I
on the
do.
page. You've
I have
got
a lot.
there's over 90 videos on product trainings with Dr. Vaughn and you guys.
Yes.
So go follow that Facebook page. There's already some great trainings. They're 15 to 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
And going back a couple of years, I've gone back and thought, oh man, I forgot about that training. So they're already there. They're already on the U.S. sales book page.
We also
They've
have
got
a
business.
YouTube page.
And that's right. I was just going to say that too. I didn't know that actually until just about a month ago. So there is a sales team YouTube page that you can find some of this information as well.
Yep.
So make sure you're following that U.S. sales team page. Every Wednesday they go live at about 1 p.m. My time, which is I think noon in Salt Lake City with trainings. It's a great page to follow if you're particularly wanting to build here in the United States, but anywhere in the world. So
Thank
Claudia,
you.
you got some questions, Claudia?
More than questions, first to thank her. It was really great. Again, just so many refreshers for those that do know a few of these terms. So many new things that people are excited about. And so Jade already said she can do one-on-one, but I almost think that maybe we should invite her again. Marissa has a question. So I think maybe, and I don't want to commit in front of the camera, but I think maybe Jade, if she can keep working with us on some of these things, maybe once a month, if we can invite her in the next few months to have a segment, maybe at the end of the month or something, because I see that there's a lot of people asking for how you did it. Can we see what you're doing? Can you show us? And so that would be for other training. So I am going to give the word to Marissa. Marissa, you can unmute the mic and ask her what you need.
Hi, thank you. Thanks very much for the information. It was wonderful. And I wanted to ask if you have any tips on TikTok because I noticed that my videos on TikTok, they don't move, they don't get a lot of views, but carousels do, and personal pictures. It was very interesting. And I even heard about trying to look for videos or songs that are tendency, that are like popular. I think that's how they call them. They're in tendency, right? And I got this one, but it didn't get a lot of views. So I don't know if you have any suggestions, any tips for TikTok. And also, I would love that training on Canva.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely do a Canva training. That one's fairly easy because I can share my screen and show you guys, how to create something. The cool thing about Canva is they already have amazing templates already ready to go. All you have to do is just edit the text, which is really awesome. So I can show you guys how to utilize that. Tips for TikTok. For me, I see a lot of people going live. That seems to be very popular, and a great way to utilize TikTok is going live and talking. So maybe you would go live and talk about, I mean, it kind of depends on what your niche is, or if you want to talk products. I don't know what your TikTok is specifically dedicated to. But if you wanted to use it for products and education, I think going live is a great one. I think um, using ChatGPT to help you come up with a hook. Hooks are really what get people to watch your content for longer. And so if you have an amazing, like 2 seconds hook, I think that's going to get people to watch your content longer. So a hook is like, gosh, I need ChatGPT to even think of one right now. But it's like, it's something that is going to get somebody to keep watching. So it might be a question, it might be asking your audience a question, but it's like really engaging. So a hook.
Okay, I have a hook. Tired of being tired.
There you go. There you go. That's a hook.
Yeah, but so I guess I want to see a show of hands, not necessarily virtual hands. Just let us know right now in the chat if you would like the next training that Jade comes next month with to be on Canva. So if or on no, actually, let's do majority. Just write on the chat which of the things that she touched on would you like to see next? Because she can come, like I said, once a month, every month, but we need
I
to
would love
know
to.
what she can prepare or
Yeah.
what your needs are. Okay, Canva time is so start writing, everybody. We have 40 people, so let's write as many as we can. What would you like to see? And we're gonna go with Marcos next. Marcos
Okay.
from Bolivia.
Hi.
You can unmute, Marcos. I opened the mics. You can unmute. No, we can't hear you. I allowed mics to be unmuted on its own, so go ahead. Unmute. There we go.
Greetings, Jade from South America, working also in Africa. It's very famous your post about something like that. Don't share the product, and you say something uh, put in your social media, something for to attract the curiosity.
Yes.
Today, you have any example for to show us how you apply this knowledge?
Yeah. So you want an example of how you could maybe do energy ghost sticks as an attraction marketing post?
No, about any example about the things you share right now.
Okay. Well, for example, energy ghost sticks, if you wanted to use that product as a attraction marketing post, I would say, you could film yourself, pouring your stick either in water, maybe you mix it with something else. I know some people mix collagen and energy ghost sticks. Some people mix energy ghost sticks and Ria Vita sticks. So maybe you show that, but you don't show the boxes, right? You're just showing adding it to your water, shaking it up, drinking it, and maybe you even use a fun cup with ice. Maybe, you know what I mean? You can make it look aesthetic. I feel like that's what does really well on Reels is when it looks aesthetic. So that would be my suggestion with that product.
Yes, I remember.
Thank
Well,
you so much.
anyway, it will be, I think, welcome. Other examples about the training. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, Marcos. Somebody's asking if you can actually share the PowerPoint training or the PDF training for
Mhm.
us to share in the group.
Sure. Yeah.
We only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 40 that followed instructions, but thank you for those 5. And the other ones, let me know if you don't know how to write on the chat, or at least Let me know if you can't write on the chat because you know something. We got more. Well, okay. So Canva, Reels. So Canva's winning, and then metrics analysis on how we can change the way you manage posts. Josie, that is actually a little more advanced. That would be like level 2. We need to get people posting, but Josie, it's a very good. I think we can actually maybe hopefully soon do like level 1 and level 2, which is I already know Canva, I already know Reels.
Yeah.
Show me metric analysis. That's a little advanced, Josie. I do agree with you. I would go with something like that. And we have WhatsApp ads or WhatsApp business, and then Canva. So we got a winner, Canva.
Perfect. That's great.
JT, that's going to be our next training with Jade.
Okay.
JT from USA, he wants to comment.
Yeah, really quick. I just wanted to make sure everyone who's commenting Canva within the chat, make sure everyone has an account, right? Is this correct?
Yep. Yep. You'll definitely want to have a Canva account. I pay for the pro version because it just gives you a little bit more options on how you can edit, templates, all of those things, but you can do the free version and that also works. So I suggest, when you're using anything to use the free version at first, because it is a good way to familiarize yourself. And then if you're like, okay, like I'm good now, I need more, then you can pay for the pro.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jade.
Yeah.
Very good. Any of our African friends have any questions? Because we have tons of people from Kenya and Uganda, but no questions from there. So I just want to make sure. I was going to actually ask also some of you, for example, like Josie. So some of you that feel more advanced, please write me in private or Michael. And let us know that you can actually help us into the level 1 training. So that way we don't have to use our Mentor Monday, because once Dave is going to be on a tour for a little while, so we'll have lots of Mentor Mondays to do this. But we may open, I would say maybe 45 minutes of Mentor Monday or 30 minutes of Mentor Monday and 30 minutes of training. We can change this space, which is the space that works for both continents. But what we would like is to know, like I said, maybe separate the group with those that don't know, like 0 to 3 level, and then level 3 and up, maybe like another training. So I know Josie's and Dodie can help us out with what I would add to the table, which is what Dodie and I want to do, is actually doing kind of like a mix of power hour / doing it. So what Dodie and I want to bring to the table, and I want to ask Josie for some help with that, and Michael, is we want to create a power hour where we actually do the flyer together, and in the next 30 minutes we post the flyer in different social media sites. So that's what Dodie brings. She's an expert at this. So that's coming. We just need, again, a few more helpers, because it's still more into, we need more trainers. We need more helpers. That you may think you're not a trainer, but trust me, a lot of times you just need to know how to do it. And then those that know how to manage rooms, like Michael and Dodie and I, we can help you with the whole opening the room, managing the room. I just need somebody that knows how to do it and is willing to help others how to do it. So Marcos, you raised your hand again, or I didn't bring your hand down?
Yes,
Okay, sorry.
Jade, it's wonderful the feedback you have from all the world. How the social media works for like company, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
Tell us something. What is more popular for Latin Americans, USA market? Anything, please. What is popular? Something about your metrics.
Sure. So like the three platforms are the most popular. I would say the three most popular would be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok would probably be the three most popular platforms. I think that goes universally for anyone. Yeah, I mean, for me, Instagram is where I live, but that's me personally. Facebook, I think, is also great. I know two of our top golds pretty much use Facebook exclusively, and they are like, they say 90% of their business comes from Facebook. So, um, And I can do another training on how to use Facebook in a way that is different than you would use Instagram, because Facebook has Facebook groups. And so there's a way to utilize groups. And anyway, so I could do another training on that as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course.
So
Marcos.
that is amazing, and we're at the top of the hour. So what I'd like to do is actually, if I don't know if Dodie can help me write all the, even the the number of times people repeated what they needed, because there's more things. Thank you, more people writing, which is some people don't know how to use WhatsApp. And hey, in this international world, I understand that because US and Canada don't really use WhatsApp
Yeah.
unless they have a friend somewhere in the world.
Right.
It is very important. So we need to add that. And then again, Jesus wants Jade to show him how to create a curiosity. So my tip on this before we close is, if you're following the 4Live channel, you can actually duplicate a video that they're doing. I mean, I repost because I don't have a lot of time, and all the time I'm like, oh, I want to do one like that. So my advice with everything that Jade said is, if you're watching the US Facebook group or the Instagram group, they do exactly what Jade says, and they have great videos. Level 1, you don't know how to do it or you don't have time, repost them. Just repost them. Make sure people know you're part of 4Live. Level 2, you have some time. This is what you want to do, or maybe you don't have time, but this is what you definitely want to do, which is grow in social media. Take the same video, recreate it at home in a very natural way. Whatever they did, take a glass, put some Rio Vita, mix it. Your face never even shows up sometimes, and post it. So it's very easy if you're just copying and duplicating what they're already doing for us. But if you, again, don't feel that you're at that level, because you're like, I don't even know how to use the CapCut to, you don't have to. Videos are simple. Pour a glass, shake it, drink it. That's it.
Yep.
So
And just upload it.
upload it. So it is simpler than you think. It just really, again, going back to, we need to take action into doing it. And again, Dodie and I have been planning. Mondays will have to be at least the first day for now, and only day to do that power hour that we want to bring. But if you are willing to cooperate, some of you that are more advanced, we could probably do at least 3 power hours a week, which is come in, make your video with us, or make your Canva flyer and post it that day. So that's kind of where we're going. We need more volunteers for everything. As Jillian always says, we really do have so many projects going on. And with that, I'll do the announcements. So tonight, I just want to make sure, Dodie, do we have a detox call or not?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Okay.
Every Monday, it'll be live streamed through Dr. Ronnie's Detox for Longevity.
Perfect. So those of you that are using, and again, everything is strategy. So not everybody has to do detox, but hey, if you're not talking transfer factors, some people don't want to listen about transfer factor. They don't understand. The word is too big, whatever. Detox is always a good hook. Would you like to detox? People are like, oh, I'd like to detox. Hey, look at these great products we have, right? So that's a hook. So bring people to Dodie and Dr. Ronnie's talk tonight. Check the calendar. I'll make sure the links are there. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Dr. Regina with his health talks, which are amazing. If you haven't been there, it's daytime for North America, evening for Africa. Now, do remember that is the one meeting that has a different time. So you got to go into the calendar, make sure that, you go in on time, because it's 8 o'clock Kenya. That's the time that Dr. Regina does them. And the other talks are 7 o'clock Kenya. So make sure that you do check the calendar. That talk is amazing. Number 3 is our health talk.
Claudia, I just want to
Sure.
mention, we don't have a link. You just go into the Detox for Longevity. We're live in that group.
Thank you. Yes, we're live streaming. And again, we're also starting this new trend where we would like, including this Mentor Mondays, to be live stream on each group that we have. So this one would be on your Upline Pro Inner Circle, the talk, because people are very specific. We don't want everybody in every group unless they want to be in every group. If they're interested in business, 4Live, and growing their business, Upline Pro Inner Circle. That's it. You don't want to bring your clients to this. because they're not interested. So make sure that you are making your groups for your prospects. Prospects that like detox, they go into the detox group. Prospects that like business, they go into this group. And prospects that like health, they could be customers and there could also be affiliates, they go into good health and solutions. And soon again in that one we'll start live streaming, and we're not sure if we're going to live stream tomorrow, but remember tomorrow's topic is liver, and liver, taking care of your liver from the inside. In that one, we don't record the testimonials, but we do have great testimonials. So make sure you bring people in, because testimonials cannot be recorded. It's not really safe. They're in the group and they're private. So bring your people, bring your testimonial, bring your client's testimonial. We can say it as long as it's private. Wednesday, again, no BOP. Make sure no business opportunity. Dave is away, and Michael and I could do it, but guess what? We have something more exciting, which is the diamond training. So make sure that I'll change that on the link for the calendar, so that as long as you follow the calendar, and thank you, JT, because he's always watching while I fix my calendar. Make sure that you follow the calendar and you follow the WhatsApp group, and you won't get lost with all the stuff that we have for you. So thank you, Jade, for everything. Thank you, everyone. We're excited to have you here. Thank you for participating in the chat, because I see now a lot more movement on what you want and what you need. And promise, we'll have Jade again. I'm just going to schedule with her the dates. Okay. Thank you, Josie. Good to see you here. Thank you for Dr. Gina, our bronze from Africa, and all of our African friends. Make sure that you also write anything that you need, and we'll prepare segments for the worldwide community. Thank you very much and have a great day. You can unmute, and I'll see you in the next meeting.
Thank you, Jade. Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Great job. Thank
Have
you,
a
Jade.
wonderful week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.